Hi guys, welcome to my channel, where we use 20-minute movement sessions to build strength, improve coordination, and increase mobility, so you move better and feel stronger. Today, I'm going to be taking you through an intermediate Pilates session. So grab a mat, lie down on your back, and let's get started. Lie down on your back with your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor, and your pelvis in its neutral. Find your neutral by rolling your pelvis north to flatten your back, then south to roll your tailbone towards the floor, then resting in the center. Place your hands on your ribs, breathe in to expand your ribs, breathing out, soften your spine and lift your right knee to tabletop. Then repeat, lifting your left knee. Lift your arms to the ceiling, reaching your fingertips to the sky, and then breathe out. Bring your right arm overhead, breathing in to bring it back. Repeat on the left side. Breathing in to return. Feel your underneath of your armpit lengthen as you reach your arm overhead. Feel your ribs stay relaxed towards the floor, so your stomach is engaged, your spine is long. As you lengthen one arm and armpit, then return, challenging your abdominal connection as your arms move. Just one more each side. Then bring your arms back down to the floor for your single leg stretch. Breathing out, extend your right leg so your right shin is in line with your left foot. Breathe in, return your knee. Breathing out, repeat on the left. Breathing in to return. Soften your ribs to the floor as you breathe out, so your mid-back stays relaxed down as you challenge your abdominal connection by lengthening one leg away from you and then returning it in. Keep your shoulders broad, the spine long, your jaw soft, and your stomach zipping away from your pants line. 2 more each side. And last one, softening your mid-back to the floor, stomach engaged. Lower your left leg to the floor, hold your right knee with both hands, going into your single leg pelvic curl. Breathing out, press through the left foot and lift your hips. Breathing in to return. Keep your hips level as your hips lift up, then lower. Feel your stomach zip in as you roll through the center of your body and then return. Your shoulders stay broad, your arms long as you work through your left leg to lift and then lower. Remember to use your Pilates breath to soften your rib cage as you lift, then as you lower. Just 3 more. You roll through the center of your body onto neither shoulder. Then lower that right foot, lift your left knee, and switch sides, breathing out to press through the right foot, breathing in to return. You draw your stomach in to lift, then lower. Keep your jaw soft as you roll to your upper back, then down, and making sure you stay within a range of motion where you can do this movement without discomfort. Remember to use the breath out as your arms stay long, your torso stays long, your neck stays long. We're softening through the back as we coordinate the engagement of your stomach with the engagement of your leg. 1 more. Then bring your foot down, lift your arms to the ceiling for your chest lift with circling arms. Reaching your arms overhead, bring them out to the sides, scoop them up to touch the kneecaps as you lift your chest. Then lower your chest, reaching your arms overhead again and repeating. The arms scoop to touch your knees, then reaching overhead. Breathe out to lengthen your arms to your knees. Breathing in to reach your arms overhead. We're lengthening through the armpits, lengthening through the lats, working through the stomach, and folding through the ribs. There's no work in the neck as you reach your arms and move through the ribs. Keep your mid-back down, your spine long as your arms go overhead, your stomach zipping away from your pant line as you lift up. Last one. Then lower back down. Lengthen your legs along the mat, flexing your feet, bringing your arms out to an A-frame for your long heel kick. Keeping your spine long, reach your right heel to the ceiling, then lower it to the floor, repeating on the other side. Breathe out to kick your heel up, breathing in to return, so your ribs can fold to help your stomach engagement, so your back can remain long as your heel lifts, then lowers. We're working the front of your thigh, your stomach muscles, and lengthening through the calf and hamstring on the lifting leg. Keep your neck long and your jaw soft, doing one more each side as you breathe out to lift, breathing in to lower, then out to lift. Bend both of your knees again, then roll to your left side, coming up onto your elbow. Your knees are bent, your feet are in line with your bottom. For side support prep, breathing out, press through the left knee, lifting your hips so your body forms a long line from your head, through your torso, through your hips, to your knees. Imagine your knees are reaching away from you to create length through your waist and to take pressure off your left elbow. You're transferring your weight to your knees. Your stomach is zipped in away from your pants line to keep the back of the neck and spine long, while your left glute and stomach work. Breathing in through the ribs, breathing out, softening through the ribs, lowering down and switching sides. So coming onto the right elbow, your knees are bent in line with your bottom, lengthening through the waist as you press through the right knee, your right glute and the right side of your waist are engaged. Your knees are lengthening away from your head to create length from your head down through your torso, through your legs, taking weight off that right shoulder as you breathe in through the ribs, breathing out, softening through the ribs, softening through your mid-back, drawing your stomach in. We're trying to work easy, not hard, as you engage the right side of your body in this plank position. 10 more seconds, keeping your neck long, your knees taking your weight, and your stomach zipped in. Then lower down, coming up onto your hands and knees for your plank prep on hands. Creep your hands forwards, then draw your hips and chest forwards so your shoulders are over your hands and you're in a long line from your knees up to the crown of your head. Zip your stomach away from the floor. Press your palms away from the floor, drawing your shoulder blades broad, keeping your chest open, your inside thighs engaged, your bottom cheeks gently squeezing together, breathing in through the rib cage. Breathing out, keep drawing your stomach slightly away from the floor to avoid any arching through your lower back or dipping through your hips. You're long and soft through your upper back, your neck, and the crown of your head. Breathing in through the ribs, then breathing out, draw yourself back so your bottom comes towards your feet for your child's pose. Breathing in through the ribs, feeling lengthening through your shoulder blade muscles, and breathing out, letting that go. Then slowly come back up, take your hands off the floor for your thigh stretch. Place your hands on your hips, breathing out, draw yourself backwards. Then breathing in, come forwards. The movement's occurring from your knees. So your thighs move backwards, your thighs come forwards, but your body stays in a straight line from your knees up to your head. Allow your weight to shift towards your shins as you move back, and then move it forwards towards your knees again. Always keeping your spine long and your stomach gently zipping away from your pants line. Just one more, breathing out and breathing in. Then lower yourself towards the floor so your hands can hold your feet and the top of your head rests on the floor. Going into cat stretch in crab pose. From here, breathe out. Move your hips slightly forward so your upper back arches, your ribs draw in and your stomach zips up. Breathe in. Return your hips towards your feet, lengthening through your belly. Keep holding your feet as you do this movement, avoiding any transferal of weight towards your head, so it's an upward motion of your waist, then a downward motion of your ribs and belly. Keep your jaw soft and your neck relaxed, so your mid-back and lower back and hips can move around your soft head, neck and jaw. As your thighs lift, then lower your hips and waist. Just one more. Then come up. Sitting on the mat with your knees bent, your hands holding your knees for roll like a ball. Draw your feet towards your bottom. Bring your nose towards your knees so your body is the shape of a ball. Breathing in, roll back to your shoulders. Breathing out, roll back to the start position. Keep your body tucked into a ball by keeping your nose close to your knees and your feet close to your bottom as you roll backwards, then forwards. Keep your stomach engaged and your bottom working as you roll back only to the shoulders, then roll back to your sitting position. Keep your shoulders rounded, your ribs folded towards your hips to maintain that ball shape. Just one more. Then lengthen your legs, separating your feet. Then sitting up on your sit bones for your spine twist in sitting. Bring your arms to a genie pose where one arm rests on top of the other with your elbows bent. Breathe out to twist to the right. Breathe in to return. Breathing out, repeat on the left, then return. Keep your spine long, as though the crown of your head is being drawn to the ceiling and your tailbone is being drawn to the floor as you twist one way and then as you twist the other. This will work the muscles of your waist like you're wringing out a towel and drawing it long. Elongating your spine as you rotate and return, and then rotate and return. Just one more. Then lie down on your back again. Lengthen your spine and lift your right knee, then your left knee to tabletop. For your hip lifts, draw your knees to your nose and lift your bottom. Then lower your knees away from you, letting your bottom roll back to the floor. Then repeat. Breathing out to draw your knees to your nose, breathing in to move them away. As you continue to do this movement, see if you can draw your knees closer to your nose as your bottom lifts, and move your feet further away from you as your bottom lowers, thereby working your stomach a little bit more in both parts of this movement. Feel your ribs fold as your knees come in, and your back stay long as your feet move away. Last one. Then Lower your feet back down to the floor. Lengthening your legs away from you, bringing your arms out to the side. Flexing both feet for your single heel kick with rotation. Breathe out to lift your left leg and reach it to the right slightly. Breathe in to return. Then repeat on the right side, moving to the left. Use your breath out to soften your torso as you reach your foot to one side of the room and draw it back. So your weight shifts in the direction that your foot's moving towards. Your long leg on the floor turns, so your toes face the same way as the kicking foot. Your chest rolls, your pelvis rolls, and your shoulders stay relaxed on the floor. One more each side, feeling lengthening through one side as you roll to the other. Bend both of your knees, interlace your hands and place them behind your head. Breathe out to lift your right knee, then your left knee to tabletop. Then lift your head and chest and extend your legs towards the ceiling, breathing in to come back down. Fold through the ribs and reach your toes to the sky. Lengthen your ribs and bend your knees. Use the breath out to soften through your back muscles so the hamstrings can lengthen and your stomach can draw in. Breathe in, lower yourself down without arching your back. Your pelvis stays resting on the floor as your legs lengthen and your chest folds to lift your elbows and head. Keep your jaw soft and avoid pulling through the neck by focusing on moving through the torso. Let this be your last one. Then lower yourself down. Lie onto your belly with your arms out into a stop sign so your elbows are in line with your shoulders, your elbows are bent to 90 degrees, and your hands are in line with your head. This is extension with stop sign arms. Gently lift your elbows and hands from the floor and lift your forehead. Lower your forehead, then lower your arms. Breathe out to lift your arms, then your head. Breathing in to lower your forehead, then arms. Feel your shoulders draw back and your upper back lengthen, and then lower that back down. Keep your stomachs drawing in slightly and your back long, so you're not pressing down through the lower back, but merely allowing your hands to become light and your forehead to lift. Trying to create length through the front of your body and the back of your body. Last one. Then place your hands one on top of the other with your forehead resting on your hands. Bend both of your knees with your knees together and your feet together. Going into prone rotations by moving your feet to the left, then returning to the center, then moving your feet to the right, and then returning to the center. Breathe out to send your feet to the side of the room, breathing in to return, then breathing out and breathing in. The right thigh lifts as you reach your feet to the left and roll your weight to your left hip and left ribs. And then you repeat, moving the other way. Feeling your upper back and mid back moving relative to your shoulders, so we're releasing your shoulder muscles, your upper back muscles, as you roll your weight side to side on your chest, your hips, and your thighs. Your neck is relaxed, your arms are relaxed, your jaw is soft. Last one. Then come up to sitting. Sitting in a zigzag position with your legs. So your left knee is bent with your left foot facing backwards and your right knee is bent with your right foot touching your left thigh. Place your right hand on the floor and reach your left hand overhead, then return to your start position. Breathe out to reach your right arm overhead, breathing in to return your hand to your shin. Gently press through the right palm so you're folding through the right side of your ribs as you lengthen through the left side of your ribs. 2 more. Feeling a lengthening through your left armpit and your left side as you gently press through the right side and then switch sides. So now your right foot is facing backwards, your left foot is against your right thigh, placing your left hand on the floor and reaching your right arm overhead and then returning. Breathing out to reach overhead, breathing in to return. Pressing through that left hand to fold the left side of your ribs as you lengthen through the right side of the ribs, through the right armpit and the right side of your waist. Just one more. Softening through that left side as the right side lengthens. And you're done. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you had a great session. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon.